Allergies. Gotta love them. Allergy season here in Louisiana. What is it like? Hi everyone. Brandon Guin here with with Guin Designs. Sorry. I'm gonna try to shoot this with as little to no editing. So if there's mistakes, it's because I'm lazy and time-wise. I'm gonna quickly go back over kind of what I did in the short. If you've seen the short, cool. If not, go check it out. I mean, it's just telling you I'm about to put this video out. But it'd be nice to, if you watch it, maybe like it, post stuff, post some other videos, share them, like them. But been busy the last while. It's been a while since I posted last. Life happens, and it's still happening ever so more. But not here for that today. Feeling down, feeling kind of depressed in my feelings. Got a lot going on, got a lot possibly changing. Not necessarily my choice, but possibly, kind of my own doing in a sense. Good Lord willing, I've made the appropriate changes, and it doesn't happen. It's in His hands anyway. If you're not into that kind of thing, religion and stuff, sorry, I am. This is me. If you don't like me, there's other influencers out there, other knife makers, and that's where I'm gonna stand on that subject. Anyway, it's probably the most I'm gonna get into it. Been busy making knives. If you've been following on my Facebook page, I've made a bunch of knives for Christmas last year. I put out 20 knives in a while, and I didn't film any of it because still trying to get into posting this, but I need to focus on my knife making, my techniques. But I'm going to try to do better than that. I have a bunch of stuff coming on. September 14th through the 15th in Gonzales, Louisiana. We have the Louisiana Knife Makers Association, that's going to be backwards, is hosting their 4th annual knife show on a Saturday and Sunday in Gonzales at a convention center. I can get more information on that later. And this year is my first year. I'm going to have a table. I'm going to show and show my work. Hopefully it pays off. Hopefully I sell a bunch of knives, or the knives I'm bringing, stuff, get my name out there. It's a great opportunity. I can't wait. It's going to be with a bunch of great Louisiana makers, some guys from Texas, but all local, everyone we know. I literally could call them. But yeah, so been busy. I did 14 knives for a guy. I only sold 9. That kind of hurt because he said he wanted as many as I could make for Christmas, and I busted my butt and gave up a lot. And possibly why I'm in the reason I'm in, but maybe not. It's not. I'm gonna try to quit going back to that because I really don't want to talk about it. Nothing really to talk about until something happens, right? So what I've been up to lately, other than if you see the pictures on my page, on my Facebook page, bunch of stuff. Actually, I have a few still here. Let me go grab them. I'm back. Okay, this is gonna be great editing. I'm not gonna edit. It's just gonna stay. But yeah, I made a cake knife. And to reiterate, I am semi-professional knife maker, so if you're looking to get into it, be ready. But kids, these are tools. They are sharpened, so I'm going to be very careful on how I do this so it doesn't get any violations. But a nice little cake knife I made. The G10 green, OD G10 green handles with stainless steel. It is a stone wash. It's an acid stone wash. But it's the first one I made. I'm really happy about it. Nice Kydex sheath. All these are for sale, by the way, but if they don't sell, they're going to the show. So, made a couple little pocket butterfly knives, or hummingbirds, I'm sorry. My daughter designed them. Sorry. Getting old sucks. But yeah, she designed them when she was like 3. She drew a little picture, and I made knives out of them, of course, as a knife maker does. But different variations, but just little. I have the first one. I keep it in my pocket every now and then. It's very handy. It's just you slide in your pocket and go rock and roll. That's more or less what it's supposed to look like. But red liners. That is a SureTouch G10, or yeah, SureTouch G10. It's rubberized. It's great material. I love it. I got this one. I just had a spare piece of steel left, and I made a half tang knife. This is my second half tang, which means it only goes about right there, halfway through, but it has a full handle, as you can see, and it'd be a little great skinning knife. That is also a black G10, and then I have a Micarta. I don't know, it's not going to show up on the camera really well with the lights how I have it, but you know, learning process. But it has a cool inlay, or I have a Canadian belt knife, as some people I've heard call it, but it is a bird and trout. It's a larger bird and trout, full flat grind on some resin, green and black resin handles. Really cool. I like it. Gives you good grip. It's sticky. Also made a smaller one for a friend of mine who retired recently. He loved it. I put it was a 500-year-old swamp cypress. It was buried in the swamps down in South Louisiana. I knew the guy who had the handle material, but it came out beautiful. I have pictures of it. And then, I don't know if I've ever shown this one. This one was going to be a competition knife for a competition in the Louisiana Knife Makers Association that kind of fell through. But it is black walnut with poplar pins, and then I have some mosaic pins in there. It is also a half tang, so that tang is only goes about that far, and it goes down to there. That was fun learning how to do that, but interesting shape. I want to go with kind of a sheep's foot, modified Wharncliffe sheep's foot. It's a hollow grind bevels. I love it. I have an idea of where this is gonna go. This one may or may not be for sale. It just depends on what I decide. So projects I'm working on right now. I'm working on a big knife for cutting up meat, and then a bigger knife for cutting up big pieces of meat and tuna for a chef buddy of mine. The one for cutting up like deer and stuff like that I have from a fella. I got the blade wrapped up because I'm about to shape the handle. That is desert ironwood with just some brass pins. I can't wait to see how this one's going to turn out because that wood is beautiful. And that's what the video is going to be on today. Before we get started with that though, yes, I have this behemoth thanks to my buddy Brandon, who is a traveling executive chef. Really good. I mean, he makes beautiful food. I haven't had any, of course, for some reason, even though I sharpen all your knives. But yes, he's going to use this, and it's going to go on a strict diet that's probably a 1/4 inch thick, and it's going to go on a hardcore diet. When I get to grinding on it, I'm just nervous as all get out because of how long this blade is. But thanks to some other knife makers, Neil Kamamura, I probably butchered that name. You might have seen him on Forge and Fire. He has a YouTube. He's a Hawaiian knife maker, and he has really good techniques, really good tips and tricks for other knife makers. It's great. I love his stuff. He's a blade smith, whereas I'm a blade maker. I like to say there's a difference. Blade smiths hammer and forge. I just start with a bar of steel, so I skip a step. I would love to become a bladesmith eventually. I just don't have the resources to do that yet. But that is the end goal, is for me to be a bladesmith. And I would love to blacksmith. Oh yeah, I have really long hair now. But yeah, this is overall, this is Nitro V stainless steel. Overall, I'm not even sure an overall length. I think it's like 23 inches or something like that. But it's about a 13-inch blade. And my buddy is going to use this to cut up tuna, like full-size tunas, and slabs of beef in his kitchens. He wants a big sheath so he can wear it on his back because he thinks it looks cool. I think it's going to be dangerous, and he wants me to make it, which I think is going to be a headache. So we'll see how that works out. A couple other things I'm making for the show to bring with me. I'm going to finish the sheep shearing knives. I don't know if y'all remember those, but it's little take sheep shears. I cut them in half, and I'm going to add some handles. I got some cherry wood and some black walnut here. Not stabilized because it doesn't need to be. Some people would agree with me. Some people would disagree with me. I'm going to just rock them how they are. They're going to sell fairly inexpensive compared to custom knife, like true cut, like full custom knives. You know, like full custom knives. That one's mine. It's prototype. I'm about to show you what it's turning into. Hopefully it's a little better. That steel I didn't like. It doesn't hold an edge quite as much. But well, let's start off with that one. This one is 01 steel, high carbon steel, and this is what it's gonna be. I just roughed that out the other night, and within like an hour, feels good in the hand. It might change just slightly, just get maybe a little thinner, just because once it starts shaping, it's gonna lose some size. I know I put nitro on it. Sorry, this is CPM 154 stainless, but it is a chef knife I'm trying out, and a design for, or a style of chef knife. I want it to be more Western, but I still like the big drop point. You know, see, it comes here and it drops, drop point, and I want it to get a nice thin spear tip kind of thing, because I really like, when I'm using my kitchen knives, I've come to where I really like having that little bitty tip to work vegetables and stuff. It's really nice. And then I have a knife that I started. I made a knife, the third knife I ever made. I designed CPM 154, just like this one. It's gonna be, and it was my own design skinning knife. I took a few different ideas from other knife sources and stuff, put them together and designed my own, and I made it, or I started to make it, and then it went 11 years without being finished. And then I finally finished it, and the guy who wanted 14 knives actually bought that one originally, and everyone liked it. I was so surprised to see that how it felt in everyone's hand, and everyone really liked it. So with that being said, here it is again. This is, I do not have a name for it. It's just my style skinning knife. Apparently it's probably a 4-inch blade or so. Big blade. If I hollow grind them, they give me nice deep bellies. If I flat grind them, it's just, I get it thin, and it's really nice. It gives you really good control. You can choke up and get your finger right there at the tip. If you really want to get to the tip, you can still grab it, still hold it securely. It's got a nice handle here, so you can work with this knife a lot. The guy who owns the original one seems to really like it. I wanted to keep it, but hey, I got to sell knives to make money to make more knives. So, yes, in September I'm going to have those three. I'm going to try to get some more steel in here and make some more hunting style utility knives kind of things, because that's what guys are going to be looking for, hopefully, at the knife show. I don't know, because this is my first knife show. So if you are in that area, September 14th through the 15th, there'll be signs all around. Again, I will get something posted on that as soon as I can get a flyer for it. Possibly this weekend I'm going down to Youngsville, and going to another knife association meeting and see what everyone else is up to. So yeah, so that's pretty much catching up. 15 minutes worth of catching up. I know this video is gonna be long-ish, kind of boring, but I'm gonna try to do some manual editing with stopping and starting recordings to make it kind of speed up. But yeah, if you're still here and you want to see me shape this handle, show this off, and maybe whenever I get done I can take this off and show you the whole thing. I got all the time tonight, so it's gonna get done tonight. I got really nothing else to do. And that just my night just opened up. So alright, let me get my hat on, get my safety gear on. Do not crucify me if I take my respirator off while grinding on that stuff. It's probably not good for my lungs. Always wear your respirator. I need a new respirator. Mine's just uncomfortable and it gets kind of tiring, but I'll probably put it on because, you know, I like breathing. But yeah, if you're enjoying the video, if you enjoy my content, please let me know. That's the only way I can get better and grow as a YouTuber, as a knife maker, as any type of social media platform, Instafluence or whatever you want to call it, is feedback from my fans. It's weird to say fans because I don't know if I have any yet, but or just people like me that are interested in this kind of thing. Please let me know. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna change over to all my stuff, and we'll get to work. It's gonna be like magic. Ready? All right, so we're back. Let's see. So I got my 12-inch wheel, 10-inch wheel, I think it's 10-inch. I need to get 12-inch, but you know those cost a lot of money. Hopefully, again, that's why we're selling it. I'm probably gonna put the fan on. I'm gonna have this on. You're not gonna be able to hear a lot. I'm gonna probably fast forward a lot if I don't just pause it completely and just skip after I start working on it. You're not going to be able to hear me because I'm going to be wearing my Darth Vader mask. But yeah, I got a very worn 60 grit because I don't want to use my good one just yet, or my good ones just yet, which may change depending on how fast it eats through that wood or gets bogged up. But yeah, let's grind on. Boy, am I glad that I had that fan going. It got dusty in here. I've cleaned up a little bit, but nothing crazy. So I ended up having to switch to a new 60 grit belt. I started on my big wheel, got it down, then I switched to my new tool that y'all haven't seen. It's a Caffrey Platen. Yeah, I think that's right. Bought it a couple months ago. Finally came and I got it put together. It works fantastic. I'm still finding new things to use it for. I love it. For those not knowing what it is, I'll do it. Let's go ahead and take the 60 grit belt off. I'm done with it anyway. So it sits like this. Have a small wheel, a little larger wheel. That was way too much. But there we go. So it's got a flat platen. I've of course upgraded to the glass platen. I did it myself twice because I screwed up the first one. I got some cool little mosaic pins I had left over from a project in there holding it as a shelf. I think this is a 1.5 inch wheel, maybe just 1 inch, and then I believe that's a 2-inch, maybe a 3-inch wheel. I don't know. You can look them up. They're on. You can buy this on KMG or Baltimore Metalworks, where you buy KMG grinders. They have them. It's excellent, honestly. I can't wait to get a bigger setup, a bigger shop, so I can have a bigger setup, bigger grinder, and run this thing on that, because that's going to be awesome. Okay, so to the knife, what everybody's here for. Took that block, which, by the way, it started as a full block. I cut it in half to make scales. Took the flats, put them on there. Tapered the end of this knife a little bit. But here we are. We've gotten to this, rough shaped around it. And now, I see a few gaps I'm going to have to fix. Oh god, that stuff makes my nose tickle. Woo! I've started tapering the handle a little bit to just get a little more fill. I'm going to move up to a 120 grit K-Flex, J-Flex, King Sport belt. Might be time to talk about my sponsor. I don't have one. Yeah, but any belt companies want to sponsor me, even just send me a care package, just try them out. I'll give you my honest opinion. I know I'm kind of probably too small for anybody to care. But, yeah, I definitely have to make another order of belts. I'm running low on my roughing out belts. My finishing belts I have plenty of right now. But with this knife show coming up, it's going to deplete pretty fast. So I'm going to be investing a lot of my money in it. So I'm hoping this knife show works out well. But yeah, if so happens somebody sees this and works for a company that sells grinding belts, I will have a 2x72 grinder. I use 3660s, 120s, 220s, 440s, and then a whole bunch of Trizacs. But I'm always using different other kind and trying different ones. I'm trying some ceramics 120 belts. I use 1-inch for sharpening. I find it more controlling. And then my new sharpening method I have now, which is great. I will talk a little bit about that. I am hesitant to talk too much about it because so many people are like, well, this is how I put a blade on, this is how I put an edge on, this is how I put an edge on, and they treat them like they're trade secrets. And I'm sure some people might actually have made their own stuff. I know there's some people that do to sharpen. Me, I don't care. I think the more knowledge out there, the better we are as a community. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like. It's dried a little bit, so you can start seeing it. I'm gonna wax it when it's all done. But so we're moving up from a 60 grit to a 120 grit. Put my glasses back on because this stuff gets everywhere. Get my respirator back on, and we're moving on. So one thing I forgot to tell you about this platen is that I have a flat platen finally, because this one item replaced like 4 different tooling arms, and it has been changing my way of making knives. But yes, flat plat, or the slack plat, and I finally got to use it. Make sure I'm recording. And I knocked my edges down like I normally do, and then ran it around it, and boy, that is a good feeling knife. I finally feel like I've worked the whole handle. It's all nice, no sharp corners. Oh, that feels good. I wish I would have. I copied a knife for the guy because he wanted me to, and I wish I would have designed or put a little more design into the handle. The cool thing about this, as I'm using the flat platen, I still have my wheels available. So if I'm like, okay, I want to hit a corner there, or I want to make a dip there, I still have access to the wheels on it as it's running, and they're rubber, so they're not like my other platen where it's metal, so it's not like jumping and chipping in a sense. So, oh man, that is fantastic. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna hit it to 400. Hit the edges. I think I'm done. I mean, it's a little chunky, but I have a medium to large hand, and it feels good in my hand. Any smaller, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to hold on to it, but I can get a good grip on it. And it's used for cutting meat, so it's going to be probably held more like this. Pinch grip, wrap, slicing, cutting, stuff like that. Not really hacking, but yeah. I'm on 120. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna go ahead and jump. Or no, it's wood. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my 220. I'll show you that, and then I'll jump to 440, and then yeah, we'll get to the kind of closer to the end project. I still have to put my mark on it and make a sheath for it. I'm gonna make a sheath for it, even though he's gonna just keep it out in the shed, more than likely without a sheath. What I might do is just make a covering for it, and I can do that real easy, real quick, no problem. So yeah, this video actually might not be too long. Thanks. So yeah, let's swap belts out. I'm gonna keep it on the flat platen side, or the slack belt side. Maybe adjust it. It looks like it might need to be adjusted. Maybe not. That's a 120. That's a 400. Looking at my belt I've already kind of started using. Paying for itself. I try to get as much as I can out of each belt, but some days it's just easier to use belts like they're free. Well, handle material, I kind of don't mind it. For the sheer fact of, especially in the higher grits like I'm in now, it's more or less polishing, less taking off. So it doesn't have to be that aggressive, because you can start taking material off then, and that's not a good thing. What I was saying is, it's not a good thing to take off more material when you have the handle like you like. On higher grits, I'm just polishing. So let me take this dirty rag and clean my glasses off. These are about had it. Get out of there. Put my respirator back on. Hit the vacuum, my fan, and grind on. Boy, that's great. Okay, so came out a lot nicer than I thought. I need to clean it up. I got a few little spots I need to clean up. Need to add some wax. I need to put my bark on it, and I need to decide if I'm going to do that all tonight and just get it done tonight. It is 6:49, 6:50. I have all the time tonight to do all that. I'm not acid washing this one. It's too big for everything I got. It's dull. YouTube. Dull. Dull. So, y'all want to see that, right? Yeah. You want to see that? Why not? Might make this in 2-part video, just so I don't have another long, stupid long video. So that's what I'll do. Handle, marking, making a little Kydex cover for the blade. But that is it. So, Buck BB, if you're watching, Mr. Buck, this is your knife. I told you I'd have it done by February. It is the second week of April coming up. I'm so sorry it took so long. Life happens. But it is there, it is done, and it is going to be a beast of a knife. God, that's so cool. I don't do mirror polishes. I don't. They just scratch too much. But this is going to get close. All right. Well, thanks for watching this episode. I'm going to have a second episode, same night, everything, just part 2. It's going to be a little more boring, just marking it and making sheath. It's going to be a lot quicker. But if you would, like, subscribe, share, tell everybody, so I can get all the good stuff and help grow my business and get out of the corporate world as much as I am. Pray for me and my family. We are going through a lot of things, and we could really use it. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless. I'll see you next time.